CJ Flyer back with another YouTube video. The Dallas Mavericks are once again going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder in tomorrow's game for the NBA Cup quarterfinals in Oklahoma City once again as well. And they won the first matchup in the regular season by 2 points without Luka. Granted, the Thunder also did not have some key players, including Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. And if we go ahead and look at the injury status for both teams going in tomorrow, you got Jalen Williams out with a hamstring injury, and you got Chet Holmgren, of course, who's going to be out, probably into late January, early February. You've got some other players here whose names, I got to be quite honest, I'm not familiar with. I'm not familiar with the back end of the bench for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That being said, they are missing a couple key guys. However, you look at the Dallas Mavericks, it's a similar situation. You got Maxi Kleber's going to be out. Jaden Hardy's going to be out. Najee Marshall's still questionable with that illness that he's been having. PJ Washington also now with the illness. I'm assuming he got it from Najee Marshall. This illness that's been going around this Dallas Mavericks team is just brutal. But you look at the names here that are either out or, questionable for tomorrow's game. And, PJ Washington, we all know, is the Oklahoma City Thunder mastermind, if you will. He's just got that team figured out, I guess, for whatever reason. He's always going off 20-plus point performances. But yeah, you're missing some key guys, some really great defensive guys as well. Maxi, Najee, PJ, heck, even sometimes Jaden's got some defensive plays in him. It's not boding too well in my mind for the Dallas Mavericks in tomorrow's game. And just a little heads up for any Mavericks fans out there, don't get caught up in all the drama, but I am fully expecting the Thunder to pull out the win tomorrow. It's just the perfect setup, right? All the spotlight's going to be on this NBA Cup situation. Mavs and Thunder, the number one versus the number two. Now I know the Mavs are not the number two anymore. They were the number two team in the West for like a day until the Grizzlies and the Rockets each won a game. So the Mavs had the tiebreaker over the Grizzlies. But since the Grizzlies played an extra game and they won that game, they end up moving up, and then the Rockets have the tiebreaker over the Dallas Mavericks. So yes, it's not actually 1 versus 2 tomorrow, but it's about as close as you're going to get here for this NBA Cup. So, a lot of folks are seeing this as the top two teams in the West, a potential preview of the Western Conference Finals. I'm fully expecting the Thunder to have a chip on their shoulder after the loss a couple weeks ago without Luka being available for the Mavs. And with the Mavs missing some key players and with the Thunder having a center in the rotation now, I just see the Thunder pulling away and getting this dub. It's the ebbs and flows of the regular season. We've seen before, like last year, good example, the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Phoenix Suns. I believe the Suns swept the regular season series, and then the Timberwolves swept the Suns in the playoffs. So, the regular season does give you a little piece of the puzzle as far as what to expect in the playoffs, but it doesn't necessarily tell the whole story. So, even though the Mavs won without Luka in the first game, doesn't necessarily mean the Mavs would dominate the Thunder in a playoff series, and then vice versa. Tomorrow's game, if the Thunder come out and dominate, which I fully expect them to, doesn't necessarily mean that they would dominate in a playoff series against the Mavs. So, I'm stating the obvious, but just, sharing my thoughts on tomorrow's game. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We're all just a bunch of idiots on the internet. We don't know what we're saying. So, we come in with very little actual real life knowledge. We don't have any experience coaching, playing, training, being involved with NBA teams. So what do we actually know? We're just a bunch of people talking about things we have very little experience with. It's just our perspective as fans. It's always fun, of course. Love to do it. But just again, stating the obvious here. So let me know what you guys think about this Mavs versus Thunder matchup. I'm pretty excited still, even though I think the Thunder are going to win. I hope to be pleasantly surprised, but that's my prediction for tomorrow's NBA Cup matchup. As far as the other matchups go, and as far as game predictions go, I had been posting daily on the channel. Took a few days off. I've been dealing with some eye strain again and some other issues. But you may have noticed if you scroll through your YouTube feed, you may have seen community posts. I've been continuing to post my daily NBA game predictions in the YouTube community post as well as on the social media accounts for @CJFlyer23. Links in the description, a Linktree link, and a Blue Sky link. So I posted it everywhere, basically. I'm just trying to grow the following wherever I can at this point. I do spend most of my time posting on Blue Sky, but I also posted the predictions on X and on Threads. So if you want to check out, whatever site you use, go ahead. You can check out the predictions, share your thoughts. I'd love to discuss it. But I'm going to go ahead and do an NBA Cup predictions thing right here, if you will. Again, I expect the Thunder to beat the Mavs tomorrow. And then I've also mentioned in a previous video, I think the NBA would have a vested interest in the Warriors winning because Steph Curry brings in those high ratings. Not saying that the refs are going to rig the game or anything, but, sometimes they might have a little bit of influence. Not saying anything's happening, just making an observation. All right. Bucks and Magic. Magic, of course, had the injury not only to Paolo now, but now Franz Wagner, who is stepping up in Paolo's absence. Now they're without neither of those players. Very unfortunate situation for the Magic, who I thought were a sleeper to be one of the better teams in the East. So we'll take the Bucks. Knicks and Hawks. Didn't they just play? I feel like the Knicks... Did they play today? Hold on. No, it was Knicks and Raptors. My goodness. Okay. Let's go back. We're going to pick the Knicks in that one. And then Thunder and Warriors. Got to take the Thunder. Bucks and Knicks. Probably going to take the Knicks. Although the Bucks have been on a little bit of a tear recently, I have to say. And then for the championship, we'll go ahead and take the Oklahoma City Thunder in Vegas. I don't know what this bonus round is. Should I bother doing it? Oh my goodness. Okay, what is this? How many three-pointers will be made in the championship game? I gotta be honest. I don't even keep track of how many three-pointers are attempted in a regular game. Actually, that's not true. It's definitely at least 20. 25 is probably actually a reasonable starting point for this. We'll bump it up to let's go like 40. It's just gonna be a 3-point fest. Both teams are gonna be hot. We'll do 40. I know that sounds a bit ridiculous, but what? Wait a minute. Go back. Wait, 40 times 3 divided by 2, so that's 60 points for either team just from 3-pointers alone. That is a 3-point fest. We'll go ahead and actually that is a bit excessive. Can I go back? Okay, we're just gonna keep it. I'm not doing the quick math very well today. It's pretty late at the time I'm recording this, so cut me some slack, please. Which team will record the most blocks throughout the knockout rounds? I have to choose one of these 3 teams? It doesn't seem... Oh, I can scroll. Okay. Through the knockout rounds. So does that mean just the first round, or does that also mean the semifinals? I'm just going to assume it's first round. But anyways, honestly, probably the Mavs with Gafford and Lively. I think that's a safe bet. How many double-doubles were recorded through the knockout rounds? 20. Well, there's 8 teams. Again, I'm assuming this just means the first round, or is it also the second round, like the semifinals? We'll just stick with 20. Which team will record the most steals through the knockout rounds? Man, I don't know. It's just like a random guess. We'll go with Thunder. How many assists will there be in the championship game? Assists. 40 sounds fine as well. Submit. I'm not logged in. That's totally fine. I don't need to be logged in. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Go ahead, check out the community post for NBA Day game predictions on a daily basis. And click the video on your screen now for some more NBA discussion.